Welcome to Fox 8 News Now. I'm your host, Casey O'Day, and our first guest is a return guest. It's Patrick Irwin, who is the founder and executive director of Selfless Solutions. Patrick, hello.
Hi, Casey. How are you? Thanks for having me back on.
It's good to have you. Where are you right at this very moment?
This moment, I am in Arusha, Tanzania, in my office. It is 11:42 p.m.
You are in Tanzania because of Selfless Solutions. Tell us a little bit about Selfless Solutions.
Well, Selfless Solutions is a nonprofit organization that I started over here about 5 years ago now. We're about 5.5 years. And essentially our mission is just to provide opportunities to people here in Tanzania to reach their fullest potential. Because early on in my time here as a volunteer, I realized that we had really capable, motivated, and smart people here in Tanzania, and really the thing that was lacking was opportunities. So our organization that we put together is really just a special group of Tanzanians that are out there creating opportunities for their country folk every day.
What made you choose Tanzania? How does a gentleman from Blair County wind up in Tanzania doing work to improve people on the earth?
You have Google to thank for that. So I was always interested in seeing the developing world for myself, and I think in the back of my mind, I always thought maybe there was something I could do to better folks' lives out there. And I talked to my grandmother about it, and she suggested Africa, and I said, sure, that sounds great, because everybody that I know that's done a mission trip or some sort of service trip like this has gone to Central and South America, and me kind of always, I have a habit of, going for the least traveled road and trying to be different. I said, sure, what the heck, Africa? And when I put volunteering in Africa in Google search, Tanzania was one of the first places that showed up. And I saw that the country was peaceful, things were stable over there, and there was a lot of really cool things to see, which we'll talk about a little bit with our recent climb for the kids. So that's what drew me there to the first place. And once I got over there and met some of the people, I really fell in love with the work and digging in and solving problems. And the rest, I guess, is history.
And part of it is raising money and doing events. Let's talk a little bit about the Climb for Kids.
Yeah, so Mount Kilimanjaro is in Tanzania. It's about an hour-and-a-half drive from Arusha, where I am based. And early on, I was thinking about ways that we could tie in Mount Kilimanjaro and the national parks and all the amazing attractions that Tanzania has, to be able to raise the money for the projects that we're doing for the people here. And in the back of my mind, I was always, I early on had this idea of, well, let's have a group come over and climb Kilimanjaro to raise awareness and funds. And the name, low-hanging fruit, Climb for the Kids, came to me. And it's been a couple of years that I wanted to do it. But my friend from college, we went to the same college, but actually at different times. I connected him, though, with the alumni network there. He had run a marathon for us, the Philadelphia Marathon, a couple years back. Well, he reached out to me, interested in getting more involved, about 6 months ago. And he's one of the those fitness influencer types. So he has a huge following on social media. So once he said he was committed to making it happen, I knew we would get the people to come out. And so we advertised about 3-4 months, and we actually had 11 people come out to climb Kilimanjaro.
Which is no mean feat.
They actually did that climb.
That's no mean feat. And Patrick, we're going to take a little break, but then we'll come back and talk more about the Climb for Kids and your annual night in Africa and a whole bunch of other good stuff that you're doing. Welcome back. Patrick Irwin is with us. He is the founder and executive director of Selfless Solutions. He's coming to us from Tanzania, and we're talking about the Climb for Kids, which is a climb of Mount Kilimanjaro. And I understand you also had some people from here in Blair County join you for that.
Yeah, I actually had my parents participated in the event. My mom and dad, and they both made it to the top. And my mom actually said it was harder than childbirth, which she's done 4 times. So I'm not sure if that's a great marketing pitch for our second climb for the kids coming next February. But we had those 2, and then we also had Travis and Katie McCabe, the owners of Green Bean Coffee House in Altoona. They were part of our group, and actually part of the trip after the climb, I took them around to some of the coffee farms around Kilimanjaro, and it looks like we might actually be selling some coffee through Green Bean from this area coming up here in the near future. That's really exciting. That affords somebody a chance to be a bit of an entrepreneur. Am I right? Yeah, and the coffee that we buy here is very good for the local economy. It produces jobs. People earn money, they can send their kids to school. So we'll be buying the coffee here at a really good price for the farmers and sending it back home to Altoona. And hopefully we're going to look to get it on shelves in supermarkets around the state and maybe even the country. So some big things happening there that we're looking forward to. That's very exciting. And before the break, I'm sorry I cut you off. You were telling us about your friend from the same college who also got involved in the Climb for Kids. Yeah, his name was Dom Fusco, and like I said, he's a fitness influencer type, and I knew once we had him on board, we would get the people to come out. So after he put it out there, we had like 50 people say they were interested, and of those we got 11. And luckily, he's actually here shooting a bunch of videos for us now because he creates content. He's already locked into doing this again next year in February 2025. So our goal for next year, the second annual Climb for the Kids, is going to be 50 climbers. And I think with his help, we're going to get there. Fingers are crossed. I think you're off to a great start. Now you have a launch coming up, and I hesitate to try to pronounce this myself. E-Shuleni? Perfect. You pronounced it right on point. Excellent. Tell us about that. Well, that actually launch has already happened. So when I returned to Tanzania after the holidays, I was in Altoona. The school year in Tanzania starts in January. So this last school year, we launched a new program called E-Shuleni, which basically is teaching children English using tablets. And we partnered with a public school that's near our own private nursery school in the community that we serve. And so we just started that in January, and so far it's really been a hit with the kids. That's exciting. Giving kids the tools they need to become educated is one of the greatest gifts that you can do to pay it forward. Now, we don't have a lot of time left, but before we run out, I would love to know where people can read more about Selfless Solutions and see some pictures from your climb. Well, one of our recent updates is we revised our whole website. So we have a beautiful new website, www.selflesssolutions.org, for people to go and read about all of our programs and how they can get involved. And then, of course, on our social media pages, we've already posted a few things about the climb, but there will be more coming as we finish some of those clips. And you'll be back here in the area for your 3rd annual Night in Africa. That's coming up when? That'll be on Friday, June 28th in Altoona. Is there information about that on your website? No, not yet. That's we're still getting started on that, but as soon as we do, we'll put that on our website and social media channels. Well, please keep in touch with us. Let us know what's going on with you and Selfless Solutions, and I hope you'll come back and visit us as we get closer to your 3rd annual Night in Africa, Patrick. I would love to, and thank you so much for another opportunity to get out the word of all the amazing things going on here with Selfless Solutions in Tanzania. It's been a pleasure. I know we kept you up late, so sweet dreams. And we'll be back with Taste It Tuesday on Fox 8 News Now.